What's happening? What's happening? Hey, family, welcome to the show. It is Michelle Bryant here, WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. You are inside the midweek flow. What up, fellas? What's up, Carby?
What's going on, Michelle? How you feeling?
Man, your bass.
Debo,
He done messed up your bass.
Hey, I was watching it earlier. I got you. Hold on. I'm going to fix you so you sound like Sexy Leroy.
Yeah. He got you. He got you a little high, bro.
Say something again, bro.
Poop squeaking,
Yeah. Sexy Leroy.
Yeah.
It's a shame to be.
Yeah, I know how to work the mix.
Oh man, that's a hater. It's a shame.
Yeah, man, I was watching it earlier.
You saw it.
Yeah, somebody gonna take the bass out of his voice. Hey.
He said so like he had to be around for 50 years or some mess to.
Yeah, so he can get his dark, deep voice. And here come a youngin out the gate.
It was so messed up. It was so messed
I
up.
got you, CP.
What up? What's your name?
Well,
wait.
Multiple.
Yeah.
He got so many.
Yeah.
Ride off. What you doing, bro?
You got Ride Off Streetcar and El Chirachio.
Here we go.
Today, El Chirachio returns.
Really?
Yeah, man, I was.
for him.
Well, what happened was, I went out to the ocean, right, and I jumped in the ocean, and I swam to the middle of the ocean, and I met up with a baby seal and whispered in his ear, "All is fair between love and war."
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Then I swam back to shore.
You getting that animals now?
Yeah.
Why would you do that, man?
Everything.
How long
safe.
did it take you to swim to the middle of the ocean?
What El Chirachio got?
And which
Super turbo
ocean
feet.
was it?
Well, I actually went to the Black Sea. I jumped in the Black Sea, swam to the middle, and screamed, "All is fair between love and war." And baby dolphins came up to me, and they started nibbling on my ear, man.
Really?
Yeah, baby dolphins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I seen a baby seal and slapped him on the back.
So the Black Sea is not an ocean?
No, it's a sea.
We got to see.
Hey, I went to the sea, man. I bypassed the ocean and went to the sea.
I'm just saying, so when you say I swim out to the middle of the ocean, and then when I ask you to name the body of water,
and then I had to change
and
it.
You say the Black Sea.
Yeah, because I was reminded.
The name sea.
It tells you it's not an ocean. That is correct. El Chirachio was in the sea. And I swam to the middle and screamed, "All is fair between love and war."
Let me see. Hang on, let me see.
And baby dolphins and all type of fishes came up to me.
Dolphins.
Started nibbling on my ear. I said, "Hey."
Oh, well, hey, at least you got the dolphins part right.
I'm trying to tell you.
There are dolphins in the Black Sea.
Oh, I see them.
Including the Black Sea bottlenose dolphin.
Yeah, that's the main one.
Common dolphin.
Yeah.
And the Black Sea harbor porpoise.
Well, me and the black.
So there's some truth.
There's some truth to this.
There's a whole lot of truth. El Chirachio was truth. I'm trying to tell you. I swam to the middle and yelled out from the top of my lungs. All is fair.
But he lucked up on it.
That's because I know.
In between making macaroni out of soap.
See, I'm trying to tell you. Back to my macaroni, because me and my guys was talking about it in the parking lot. What you do is you got the noodles in there.
You messed it up yesterday.
No, I'm trying to tell you what it is.
Coming back from it,
Look,
Jay.
it's the garlic parmesan powder you put on there.
Jay.
Then you put it in the pan.
You can't come back from it,
listen, I tell you what.
Bruh.
If you want to sample this macaroni dish.
Was appalled yesterday.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
You can't come back.
It's not about how it started, it's how it finished.
Move on, bro.
Look, when you got cake, when you make a cake, at the end of that process, you got a beautiful piece of cake.
Not if you didn't make it right, you don't.
No, but it's made right.
Or it looked good, but then you cut into it. And
but the process, you got flour, eggs, and milk, and a whole lot of stuff that goes into making this cake.
Pulled your chef card.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm just.
El Chirachio! I fight bulls. That's what I do.
Oh.
For a living, I fight. I'm the famous bullfighter. I fight bulls.
Where you fighting them at?
In Chicago. Chicago, man. I fight bulls in Chicago.
That was a good one. that was.
I fight bulls.
That is true.
Fighting bulls. Whispering to dolphins.
That's it.
To seals.
Yeah, baby seals.
And then dolphins nibbling on
Hey, man, that is an experience you want to experience.
Like, People are texting me saying, "Take his mic."
I'm trying to tell you, baby dolphins and baby seals.
Take his mic.
Yeah.
They said you need to be out looking for a job with Matt Gates.
Wow. Why you put me in that category?
I mean,
Jeez.
I'm just saying, you might want to tighten up.
Get your Archie Dales
I'm just saying, because if they got you out on the street with Matt Gates.
Man, I'm just
Hey,
saying.
Michelle,
Yes, bro.
I got something new for you.
What?
We never asked you how you doing.
Yeah.
This
about
is
that?
so true.
How you doing, Michelle?
Oh my God, to be young and thoughtful and amazing and not crunchy and old like Debo, it is so wonderful. It is so, because he's giving up on life. he doesn't care how anybody else is doing.
Wow.
He is that dude.
Wow.
I actually I'm doing well, Carvin. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
It is refreshing. Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
it's good to know that all is fair between love and war.
That you whispered into the ear.
Oh, baby dolphins.
Let me see if baby dolphins have ears. Hold on.
Baby dolphins swam up and
Do dolphins have
They got holes in their head.
Yes.
I'm
Dolphins have
joking.
ears.
Y'all think I'm joking? I was in the middle of the Black Sea.
They
Right.
don't have external ears that stick out like humans.
Mm-mm. You
Let
gotta
me
go
see.
inside.
Small opening on either side of their head.
Mm-hmm.
These openings lead to reduced ear canals
Mm-hmm.
that aren't connected to the middle ear.
So let me show you what it look like. Kari, put the camera on me real quick. I gotta show
Okay.
you.
So
That's
they
on you,
say
bro.
dolphins hear sounds through other parts of their bodies,
Mm-hmm.
including their jawbone,
Mm-hmm.
their teeth,
Mm-hmm.
and melon. Melon is the dolphin's forehead.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually
Mhm.
can hear sounds.
I know. Listen, this is me talking to a dolphin. This is a dolphin's head.
Uh-huh.
I said, hey, all is fair between love and war.
And
Then it swam away.
it's well,
Yeah.
It says
All is fair between love and
the
war, man.
advice.
And every third of the month,
What?
I go back out to the Black Sea. And we meet up for a conference.
So are you flying to and where do you leave from exactly to access the Black Sea?
I leave from the coast
What
of Africa.
land?
From the coast of
Wow.
Africa.
The coast of Africa.
Yeah, it's a whole new thing. Us fishes know about it.
this is a chronic behavior characterized by the habitual compulsive tendency to lie. This is called pathological lying.
Oh no! This is El Toronto's life, man.
Wait, Garvey, wait. So you read the definition of a pathological lie,
Yeah.
and I asked him to tell me what body of land surrounds the Black Sea, and he said the coast of Africa. The Black Sea is surrounded by Bulgaria to the west, Romania also to the west, Georgia to the east, Russia to the northeast, Turkey to the south, Ukraine to the north.
Nowhere near.
That's why I said the coast.
No.
I didn't say country. I said the coast. So that coast.
Ari, could you read the definition one more time before I move on past this?
Also known as. Well, I can't pronounce that. It is a chronic behavior characterized by the habitual. Sorry. Habitual or compulsive tendency to lie.
All right.
A pathological liar.
There it is.
El Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even, the African coast, man.
I'm trying to. I said.
It's over by Putin, man.
I say, listen.
We were supposed to get Debo, man.
I know, but we had to switch it up because I love Michelle, and she made me aware of some things that make sense. So I said, El Chalacho.
But he almost got though.
Oh,
forget it.
Oh, he almost
came
got
in
it.
here on some nonsense.
Yeah, he almost got it.
All right.
I mean, though, you did say in the
She said,
promo
all right.
that
nonsense quelling.
and nothing is off limits.
Yeah. I mean, he almost got it.
Oh my God.
He came up in here trying to act all,
We warned him.
like he had been super busy in the bank.
I said, the proof is in the pudding.
He got footage, bro.
And we got a lot of pudding.
You know what? Somebody said, please, please, please don't make me turn to Tory. You go right ahead.
Bye. Bye. Have a beautiful time.
I'm telling you right now.
Time, man. I told him I said hi.
I can't do it every day. So, you got to do what you got to do. Take care of yourself. I appreciate it. Come back when you feel like it. We will be here to welcome you with open arms. I switch it up all the time. I tell people. All the time. It's okay to switch it up. You ain't got to listen every day.
Nah. See you later, dog.
So let me say this. Speaking of somebody that listens to the show, texted me earlier today. So, this individual just works to annoy me. And he sent me a text because I was talking about diversity, DEI. Then a caller called in. I connected it to football, talked about the fact that the NFL is comprised of about 66% players of color. So 2/3 of the folks on the field are people of color. Of that 66%, 58% were black men. And yet only 6 coaches in the NFL are black.
Wow.
And 9 coaches total are coaches of color. And so a listener to the show who, like I said, lives to, if I say, green, he say red. He sent me a message this morning or this afternoon that says, there are 9 coaches. He said that this morning. There are 9 coaches. I'm sorry. There are 9 black coaches in the NFL. They're all young. People really need to start knowing what they're talking about. Could there be more? Yes. And then he sends me a screenshot of an article that he researched that said NFL reaches major milestone with record 9 minority head. And then, the word trails off, and I'm assuming it was going to be coaches. So I guess he got at me this morning because I said there were 6 black coaches in the NFL. And, so there are 9 black coaches. And people really need to know what they're talking about. But if you read the first sentence on the screenshot that he sent me, it says January 26, 2024. There are 6 black head coaches entering 2024. So it lets you know, if you continue to read, that there are 3 other coaches of color who are not black. Hence the headline, a record 9 minority head coaches. So I point that out. And he texts me back. Now the left, meaning Democrats, is excluding Browns away from minority. The focus needs to be on black owners. And I'm like, well, first of all, can you just concede that I did know what I was talking about? That I was right when I said there were 6 black coaches, head coaches in the NFL? Could we start there with the concession that my bad? In the very document that I sent you, it says that my bad. But no, can't admit error. Can't say I was wrong. Now y'all excluding the brown people from minority. Like, I didn't say any of that. And the focus needs to be on black owners. The focus needs to be a lot of places. It needs to be a lot of places. But we already know how difficult it is to become a black owner. We know, because there are so few that have any stake whatsoever. I know Valerie Daniels Carter here in Wisconsin has a stake in the Green Bay Packers, but we know how difficult that is to do. So it's a lot easier to be able to hire some black coaches. That we can quickly do. But at least be willing to concede when you're wrong. I just had to say that out loud because what you say? People really need to start knowing what they are talking about. They should know what they're talking about when they start texting too. All right. So with that being said, everybody is chomping at the bit because we have learned that Matt Gaetz is out of the running, and not even running, will no longer be, who Trump is pushing to be the attorney general. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me see what this says before I move to the Gates thing. There are no black head coaches in the SEC. There has only been one in its history. Oh my God. One. There has only been one in its history. See, and that's why I'm going to stay stuck on, because what I said this morning, which a couple of bros hit me up, they ain't appreciated, but you already know what I'm on. People treat you how you let them treat you. We keep supporting a sport that does not support us. We keep, I can't miss the game. I can't, miss blah, blah, blah. But they've shown us you are the workhorses. You are not the leadership. You the cotton pickers. You not the plantation owners. I mean, it sounds ugly to put it that way. And it's a hard pill to swallow because we've grown up. This is an American institution. But I'll read that again. There are no black head coaches in the SEC. And there's only been one in its history. One. That's crazy. One. But okay. And for folks that are like, what are we talking about, Michelle? The NCAA Southeastern Conference. And I'm looking because I'm trying to see who was the one that has been there. And how long ago was that? That's so crazy. The SEC has no black or minority head coaches. So it's not just for the brother that sent me the message. It's not just that they don't have no black head coaches. They don't have any minority coaches, head coaches in the SEC. That is crazy. But black players and student athletes make up approximately 75% of the SEC teams. Did you hear that? No black coaches in the SEC. There's only been one in the history of the SEC. There are no other minorities in the SEC. But the current student makeup of the athletes in the SEC, according to a document that was done on October 18th, 2024, 75% of the student athletes are black. What? Okay. Just further. Oh my God. There are 14 black head coaches at the FBS. What's the FBS? Hang on. Hang on. Let me look and see. FBS football. Okay, so that's NCAA Division I football bowl subdivision. Okay. I see. And I'm looking to see who's in it. I got it. All right. Division D1. I got it. And Sylvester Croom was at Mississippi State. Lord have mercy. 134 schools. I just pulled it up. So that was my conversation this morning. And then the bruh who feels the need to get at me and, there are 9, Michelle. People should know what they're talking about. So let me move on from that. But I talked about the fact that, it was breaking news today that Matt Gaetz is no longer, being considered for U.S. Attorney General because he has withdrawn his name from consideration. And, all of this is really interesting because there was still a lot of conversation about what to do with the ethics committee report that some of the House ethics committee members tried to give cover by saying, well, it's not complete. It's not complete. One of the things that people acknowledge is the only thing that makes it is incomplete is the signature of the committee chair, and what's going on with that. So this whole, how we considering some work that's not complete yet was just nonsense and a farce to give cover, because it was technical. It wasn't that the report still had a lot of work that needed to be done to it. Members of the U.S. Senate on the Republican side, while you had, what's his name? Tuberville. Is that his name? Out of Alabama. He's so irritating. Who had said, that Matt Gaetz was a quality candidate, along with all the other names that Trump has put forward, that have had some allegations of sexual assault, sexual misconduct, blah, blah, blah. There were some Republican senators who was like, no, I'm going to need to see that report, player. You're going to need to run that. I'm going to need to see that. And I don't think it's necessary. As Mike Johnson said, precedent says that we have seen reports after people have left office more than once. You're going to need to run that right on over. And Matt Gaetz was interviewed, and I'm coming to commercial. I hear it. But he was interviewed, and he was briskly walking through the hall and visiting everybody and making the rounds. And, I think things are going well. And people are listening. I'm getting good advice from senators along the way. I'm going to take a break. And I'm going to come back, though, because, see, Matt Gaetz didn't learn a lesson that many of us were taught by our parents when we were younger, which is the same people you see on your ascent, you're going to see on your descent. And be careful how you handle and treat people, because you don't never know when you're going to need them people. Matt Gaetz talked about Republican members of the U.S. Senate like dogs and bashed them every chance he got. Those people had his fate in their hands. I'll be right back.
The holidays, and holiday trips, and holiday toys, and holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
We got real issues in our hands, and we can't have irresponsible people at the top of these tickets lying about what services are being provided.
Oh yeah, he sent them. Everybody talk, man. It is something.
Every chance he gets.
Is there anything in this world like a secret? There are no secrets, because somebody gonna be talking.
you were told you can be whatever you want to be. So I was raised to be, not because my skin is black to be black. People of all races or mothers are many one people. But I was raised to be a Jamaican.
I love that you said physically hit, because that's a thing, but I'm also in connection with a lot of men and women who not physically harm their partner.
Oh,
but
emotional abuse.
verbally
Oh, come on.
Are
verbal hits
what
can
I
be
call
worse than
tarts,
physical.
Kids spend 6 to 7 hours a day at school, right? We know that. Schools have contact with 95% of the nation's young people from 5 to 17. That means the people that they're surrounded by are in charge of their social, their psychological, their physical, and their intellectual development.
Well, I'm not an economist, not in terms of saying that I'm an economist, although I've studied economics. And it seems to me that the way you keep an economy strong is to make sure that the resources flow throughout the economy. It's like blood to the body.
A lived experience growing up, in a hardworking middle class community, but also the opportunities that we have had and that everyone deserves, no matter who you are, where you come from, or what language you speak, or what neighborhood you grew up in, that we all deserve opportunities to succeed. And I think that is something that, comes from, again, how we were raised and our own lived experience, and then what we've seen as we have, come up in the world.
Her name is Dr. Tamara Bennett. She's out of Sacramento, California. And she understands how to grab the horn of the altar to allow you to have that tranquility and peace in your life. Because if you all messed up on the inside, you can't create future on the outside.
On the floor now. Look at them bad girls moving it, making faces while they so close. I'm smelling like your perfume. If you're a bad girl.
All right, folks, welcome back to the show. So taking just a few minutes, I'm not going to spend a lot of time probably on the Matt Gaetz situation because I know a lot of folks just were frustrated, myself included, that somebody with the kind of background that Matt Gaetz has and the things that were circling around this guy, that he could be seriously viewed as a contender for the U.S. Attorney General spot. So he put out a statement on fake Twitter that said, "I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition. There is no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name from consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one. I remain fully committed to seeing that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I will forever be honored that President Trump nominated me to lead the Department of Justice, and I'm certain he will save America. And, you read this, and I look to see 60,000 hearts, I guess. People loved his post. Some 17,000 reshares and 18,000 comments. So I haven't scrolled through. But what I find, some people said, well, why would you withdraw? Are the allegations true? Someone else, well done. So somebody else said, this is absolutely pathetic, Senator, and shows you've never read the Constitution. The executive branch supersedes all others and means that Trump can veto the Senate if they don't confirm you. They can only overturn it with a 3/4 vote. So all these people, get in and they want to weigh in. What I will say is this is a short-lived celebration, at least the way I see it, for folks who are glad that it's not Matt Gaetz, because Matt Gaetz was just so repulsive on so many levels, because this was a position that required Senate confirmation. I've said repeatedly, there are 4,000 appointments that Trump can make. 1,200 require Senate confirmation. Do the math. That means there are 2,800 appointments that Matt Gaetz could find himself landing anywhere in any of those that don't require advising consent by the Senate. If they have done nothing over the course of the last week or so, and if you look at Donald Trump's career in totality, he is keen on folks that are loyal to him. Now, it's not always returned. He will throw you under the bus. If it means saving his fingernail, he will throw you under the bus. But if people think that Matt Gaetz is done in politics, that Matt Gaetz is done in terms of the Trump administration, I just shift you somewhere that I don't have to be bothered with the Senate okaying you to serve. And those jobs exist. Which means then he has to find somebody else to do his bidding. And if your taste in an AG was so god awful that you were willing to consider Matt Gaetz, then the question becomes, who else are you, going to be courting for this position? So for folks that have been following this, the number 2, the deputy attorney general, was someone who represented Trump in these previous cases, Todd Blanche. And the number 3, I think, was a Trump attorney, and the number 4 was a Trump attorney. So he could elevate any of those attorneys, possibly, to be considered for confirmation. Folks are also mentioning Senator Mike Lee out of Utah, former intelligence official Kash Patel, Jesus Christ, and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, Jesus Christ. Because while Gaetz was polarizing, and that's not the word I want. While Gaetz had all of this subtext, about his sexual, nonsense he had going on, policy-wise, and what he would have been advancing on behalf of Trump, there are many. That's what people said all along. Trump could have gotten any number of people to carry his water that didn't come with the baggage of a Matt Gaetz. Ken Paxton will do essentially everything that Matt Gaetz was going to do without all of the personal baggage. So there was no need to even pick this ridiculous individual in the first place. People have talked about, was Trump trying to test the waters, see how far he could push Republicans? I mean, I just think he's the king of bad choices and bad decisions. Look at his lineup, because before there was somebody guiding the process. You need to look at this person. You need to consider this person. Even on the Supreme Court appointments, he was handed a list. Pick from these names. He didn't have to do the legwork. His team didn't have to figure out best fit, best person for the job. It was handed to him. So let your celebratory mood over Gaetz being out the door, as far as I'm concerned, be short-lived. Just like Steve Bannon, who has went to jail and come out and is talking just as crazy as he did before he went. I think, yeah, not in the Attorney General's office, but you're going to be somewhere. This is just what Trump does. You know, it took a minute to think about also why he decided to withdraw, because that report was coming out regardless, I believe. There were senators and people hell-bent, maybe even on the Democratic side or the of this whole conversation in terms of Democrats, that would have leaked that report. Because the stuff that is said to be in it is so damning that people were not going to be willing to let him slide through. And the announcement, again, I think is timely. Just like he announced before they were meeting to make a decision that Friday about releasing it, he knows that this report could very easily end up in the public's hands. And this guy is trying, it's just like when you caught and you just running and you waiting for somebody, because there's people on to you. They know that there's a lie and you've been exposed. And you just that nervous energy when you running around the scenes in the movies, when you realize people on your heels and they're about to take you down and you're trying to figure out how to stay one step ahead. Okay, if I move, if I do this, if I do that. But all of this is fleeting. Eventually, the entire world will know what's in that report. Somebody's going to leak it. Someone is going to leak it. The woman who was the teenager that was 17, she actually told the ethics panel that the second sexual encounter with Gaetz, which had not been previously reported, included another woman. So he out here on threesomes and just getting his freak on. Y'all, when you this careless and you leave crumbs for people to pick up, eventually folks gonna find the whole cake. Like, it's just a matter of time. So this dude had to get out. He had to hurry up and withdraw. And there are people, I've heard all of the reasons and the rationales why. Pick whichever one floats your boat, whichever one works for you. But at the end of the day, we are not done with Matt Gaetz, because Trump is somewhere being petulant and angry that he didn't get his way. This was a slap back, a smackdown to Donald Trump. Yeah, you might, have won this election, and you might, happy birthday, D. I just saw your post. Happy birthday. And happy birthday to Sharon, our colleague here at the station. Hope it's a good day. But Donald Trump, this was a public smackback. Dude, because he thought he was going to be able to pick up the phone and pressure people. Caller, I see you. I'll be right there. He thought he was going to be able to pick up the phone and pressure people, fall in line, do what I say do. And it didn't happen. And so rather than a full-fledged embarrassment of Donald Trump, somebody told Matt Gaetz, you need to come on out of there, fam, because you're not getting through. And your boy going to look bad. And you know how he is when he's embarrassed. It's not going to go well. And you don't want to be the source of that embarrassment. Come on out. Come on out. And so finally, he read the writing on the wall and he came on out. But this appointment is just one of a spate of bad appointments. I said when I was talking about Linda McMahon, and I said WWF, I meant to say WWE. I apologize for that. But now that the light is off Matt Gaetz and that foolishness, as people look around at these other appointments and they're like, wait a minute, wasn't there a sex scandal in WWE involving the McMahons knowing about one of their employees who was grooming young children and sexually assaulting them, and they just acted like they didn't know? And what is up with these people and sex man? What is up with these people? Like, every one of them is connected in some way to something out of order in relationship to sex. And then the irony of you being accused of knowing that you had an employee that was sexually inappropriate with children, and they put you over the Department of Education, which is intended to protect the interests of adults and children. Anybody else see the irony in that? That, like, straight up, somebody said they depraved. Straight up. See, that Hillary Clinton basket of deplorables, it don't sound so far-fetched now for, people that were just, she was awful for saying that. But think about that. This woman was sued for allegedly enabling the sexual abuse of children. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So be cautious in your celebrations, because we're not done. We're not even close to being done. Be cautious in how you talk about it, because this man is going nowhere. So a couple other things I want to get to. And I got guests coming in the afternoon, so I just want to make you aware of that. But a lot of us watch MSNBC, right? Okay. And some more progressive, liberal-leaning station outlet. It's my preferred news station, even though I haven't been watching it as much lately. But it's probably still, my preferred station. So I told you about, what Donald Trump was talking about in terms of putting who to put over the FCC. Well, months into the first term of Donald Trump in the White House, his Justice Department sent shockwaves through the media industry by suing to block AT&T's takeover of CNN, which owns Time Warner. Or Time Warner, which owns CNN. It set off speculation that the lawsuit was driven by a desire to get back at CNN for critical coverage of Donald Trump. Because Mr. I'm so tough, and he, tells it like it is, and he's a bad, shut your mouth. He can't take criticism. And so I'm gonna silence and punish those who dare say something bad about me. So the lawsuit eventually failed. The deal did happen, but a lot of damage was done. The Trump administration's legal challenges cost AT&T precious time in the media landscape, and they almost helped to doom the whole merger. So now Trump comes back to power. And this time, he's gotten folks together that have showed him, have created a pathway, if you will, to figure out how to come after stations that he does not like, media outlets that he does not like. How can he kill some of these organizations? So let me show you what I mean. Comcast on Wednesday revealed plans to spin off MSNBC, CNBC, and other cable assets into a company that's separate from the NBC broadcast network. The spinoff itself won't require approval from the DOJ or the FCC, but it's widely expected the spinoff company will need to find a dance partner to make it through the world of cord cutting. Trump appointed regulators are going to look for every opportunity they have to damage MSNBC, CNBC, and a number of other media outlets. There are only two media entities that Donald Trump dislikes more than CNN: MSNBC and NBC. When we were thinking about voting on November 5th, did it cross anybody's mind for real, that you might see the demise of MSNBC or the NBC version of it? Did it cross anybody's mind that this might be a thing? Because for some of y'all, that's the only place y'all really go to watch news besides CNN, because you're looking for, in your view, a more balanced view, even though we know they lean heavily left. But I just don't hear crazy all the time on MSNBC. But this guy is so petty and so thin-skinned. Somebody said, and I missed it this morning, his lace front ain't lacing. That he has to get revenge on people who told the truth about him, who were critical of him. This thing gets so much deeper than any of us fully appreciate. But we could actually see these states, like they called Ari out by name on MSNBC. I love Ari. Bring all the rappers to the table, hook them up with old white guys, and they, talk politics. Love Ari. They named Ari and said, you better get you a good lawyer because we coming for you. Like, have said it out loud. Called him out by name. You better get a lawyer, because whether it's defamation of character or whatever way they think that they can sue these individual liberal-leaning talkers, that's the go. Nobody is off limits. And people, I don't know that they fully appreciated what they did when they put this guy back in office. Let me take a break. I'll be right back.
Missed your favorite Community voice. Be a voice. The difference.
We know that, with people that, and this is a big thing now with isolation, especially with men. A lot of men are isolated. They don't have relationships. Those relationships keep your brain moving, keep your brain making new connections with those neurons. So if you do have a neuron that's not working, you can work around it. But yeah, doing those Sudokus, those puzzles, those kind of things, they really stimulate your brain.
Now, it's a time of maturity and growth. The wilderness is a time for you to get yourself together, whether it's 4 days or 40 days or 40 years. See, sometimes you got to realize stuff has to die off before you to go in. It ain't that I don't want you to go in, but if you get the new house, you're going to mess it up anyway. So sometimes we understand that, thank God for the wilderness, it's preparation time.
So you ladies own your own business, A&K Experienced Paralegals. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Angelina, tell us a little bit about the business in terms of what you do.
So Kelly has 27 years of experience and I have 18 years of experience. We have a combined 45 years of experience together. We've decided to do the business. We've had the business for 2 years, and we've decided to do the business to help the minorities.
Let me do this. Let me say what's happening. Hey, family, welcome to the show today. It is Michelle Bryant here at WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. You are listening to the Midweek Flow. And when I say it is going to be a great show today, a lot of information, good conversation. And yeah, we got some clips for y'all.
Does politics make you feel like you're under attack? Are you tired of feeling hopeless with the current condition of your community? Well, it's time for you to be victorious. It's time to vote. Know your candidates, know who's on the ballot, and know what seats they are running for. Get involved and let's take back our community at the polls.
So how can you defeat Project 2025 if you don't fully understand it? It's 800 some pages in that book. Well, maybe I can't read it, but you know what we do? Jermaine, you read a chapter. El Boogie, you read a chapter. Debo, read a chapter. And then what we do is we bring it down, break it down, and then we do the bullet points. So now we got people who we trust with a like-minded said, this is what they're going for. How do we dismantle it? How do we make sure it doesn't happen? And then when we do it, we become what? The representative for other people to see how they can go.
They're going to be right there at your funeral because you're doing for other people.
I cannot stay.
Because you want to help people.
Because you.
Which was a really interesting thing because in Pennsylvania, that's what they say, use guys.
So I just want to tell you congratulations. Can you let us know what station made you a winner? Now look, the cards are available right now. So if you can get up here between Monday and Friday, I think our main office closes at 4. It opens at 9. We'll have it ready for you. 4 o'clock. Oh, you know what? I guess right up to your Facebook. Okay. Oh, well, you know what? If you need your address, yeah, well, if you get somebody to come get it, that's great. If it runs into a problem, let me know and I'll deliver it to you. Okay? All right. Yes, ma'am. And Debo wanted me to let you know, just call us and let us know who you sending so we'll know who it is, okay? Okay, I will do that. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And thank you all, and happy Thanksgiving to you. And I enjoy this show every day. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Okay. All right. You see, talking about it. Speak directly. I got you. So you better so. Uh, okay, so they're gonna work on it and get that taken care of, so you can hear on YouTube. But yeah, so when Dave Chappelle does this, the crowd is dying because people's like, Juicy. He was like, justice for Juicy, justice for Juicy. And, this is Jesse Smollett, who TV star on Empire, and who had said that he was in Chicago and had been walking down the street on his way to go get, as Dave Chappelle said, sandwiches at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was like 5 degrees below zero. And so he said that he was assaulted by 2 white men wearing MAGA hats, and they, got at him about being a member of the LGBTQ family or community. And when it was all said and done, the 2 guys that were said to have attacked him basically tried to implicate Jussie Smollett in his own assault and say that it was planned to get him more attention, because he was unhappy that the studio, who was producing the show, their response to the hate mail that he was receiving on Empire, and he didn't like it. He didn't appreciate it. So with that, happening, ultimately they found out that they didn't believe his story. He was charged, and he made a plea deal with Kim Fox, the district attorney in Illinois, in Chicago. My interview? Okay. All right. So I will come back to that because I told you I was expecting a call. So I want to make sure I can get this brother in. So, many of us have seen comedy shows that some of the characters stay with us forever. You can recite their lines, their parts, who cracked you up. You remember the first time I remember the first time I saw Bernie Mac at the Apollo. I remember the first, or on Def Comedy Jam. I remember the first time I saw, Chris Tucker. I remember the first time I saw Tommy Davidson. And I think we got him on the line. Mr. Davidson, are you there?
No, it's not Davidson, but this is D-Rock.
D-Rock, what you doing on the phone, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I thought I was getting Tommy Davidson, man.
Okay, Tommy Davidson will be with me Sunday, and I know you're going to be there too. I know all your listeners are. I got a special discount card if they make sure they call me today. Yes, Tommy Davidson will be in town this Sunday. I know you got all the information.
I do. Well, look.
And that's my guy. He's very funny. He is ready to perform and do any and everything that everybody wants him to do except on the church end, because it's going to be clean, it's going to be inside the church, and it's going to be exciting.
Well, let me just say this, because first of all, bruh, you can be on the stage with the best of them. When I tell you there's something wrong with you when you touched.
Well, thank you. Keep praying for me. Because it is a pleasure of mine to work with somebody like Tommy Davidson, first of all. And let me give you a little bit of backstory. I've been working with Tommy and the Christian Comedy Network for about 4 years.
Okay.
Tommy Davidson came on about 2 years ago. We've been doing shows around the country, Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota. We've been doing shows all over the country, making people laugh. And it's funny, it's clean, and people have a great time. We sitting inside the church. Ain't nobody really joining church like that. But when you open the doors of the church, people come on in with that good spirit of laughter. I'm the host, so I keep it exciting the entire show. And then Tommy comes out and do Tommy Davidson. Y'all already know. Y'all have seen them on Living Color. Y'all have seen him in all types of movies. Y'all have seen him just doing things that he normally do on Martin. Everybody seen him on Martin acting the fool. On a Varnell Hill show, so
Did you miss me?
He got exactly.
Yo, you heard him.
He does things, man, so good. Tommy Davidson is just off the chain. He's a great person. I want y'all to come out this Sunday and enjoy these festivities right here in Milwaukee this Sunday.
So let me ask you this, bruh, because you're right when you talk about. I have seen some of the comedians that do the faith circuit, and I just think about the humor that Ricky Smiley does, and I'm telling you, I can do them old ladies, the songs, the prayer calls. I can do all of that, and like you said, just have the best time. But why did you feel like, or why did you all think that there was a need for this to be in the churches in this way?
Well, first of all, the Christian Comedy Network, they are the type of network that want church folks to know that you can come out and have a good time, other than being at church on Sundays all the time, or at choir rehearsal all the time, or at a Bible study all the time. We bring in a little bit of humor to after church with Tommy Davidson. So when they started this, my boy Tony K, he went in and he was like, look, it's a missing piece that people want to know that God blessed us with this talent to make people laugh. And next thing you know, he came up with this wonderful idea. Let's have comedy right after church. We've been selling out ever since. I'm talking about Detroit, everywhere. I don't want to go down the list again because I forgot half of it. But we have been doing a great time, having a great time in Christ. Tommy has a story to tell about him, his life, his story, the way he was thrown away in the garbage can and how God had blessed him. And he's having a blessing, just giving the blessing back to people that come to the show. So when Tony K from Chicago came up with this idea, we was always wondering how can we get somebody with a big name to come out, because everybody ain't come to see D-Rock. I'm just keeping it aside. They don't come to see me all the time, but they'll come to see Tommy Davidson. And then they get another big show. We was thinking about bringing Sinbad, but Sinbad unfortunately had a stroke. And next thing you know, the next person we called was Tommy Davidson. He got it hooked up, and we've been doing it ever since. So it's a need, and it's a great need, and it's coming to Milwaukee again this Sunday.
Man, when I tell you, I saw Tommy Davidson on the Apollo, and I remember thinking, like, is something wrong with this boy? was like,
and it is.
But the character range and in thinking about coming up to the leading up to the interview, I had to kind of smile because Ride Out was just like what has dude been up to? I went back and pulled, and like you can see, he has been consistently working. This brother been in comedy for more than 40 years now.
Yes.
That part just got me. I was like 40. So this is going to be over at Mason Temple Church. And doors open at what time? What time is showtime?
Showtime. I know y'all got the flyer. I don't have the flyer right here in front of me.
Okay, so I got it. I got it. Don't worry. I just pulled it up. So showtime, doors open at 4. Showtime is at 5. And Laughing After Church with Tommy Davidson and Friends. That's happening this Sunday.
Yes. And when I say 5 o'clock, I don't talking about, Baptist church 5 o'clock. I'm talking about Christian church. I'm talking about 501.
Is there a difference?
That's what the Christian Comedy Network does. We make sure we on time because people got things to do.
And so
we want chicken too. We want to bring our chicken in foil paper, and we want some chicken at the church. I don't know what it is. We want some chicken at the church. So we come in, we start on time. Tommy Davidson is in town. It's going to be a wonderful event, and I do have a special code that you can get $5 off if you're hearing it right here on 860 WNOV. I have that code. I'm going to give you the number. All you got to do is call. I'll send you the code, order your ticket. You can be there with $5 off just by listening to 860 WNOV. You, Michelle, Bryant, and the whole crew can come. Make sure y'all come through and have a great time. Meet Tommy. Take a picture with him. Enjoy a great show. And then I'm there too. D-Rock, your favorite nephew. Come on through and have a great time this Sunday.
So I see tickets because I'm already getting somebody hitting me up like, what's the cost on tickets? So tickets running what, 25? I saw limited time only. Or is that special still out there?
That special is still out there only for the 860 WNOV listeners.
Oh,
because those tickets were supposed to be off sale 2 weeks ago, Michelle. But you know how we do.
Yes.
You know how we do.
Yes,
we try to buy everything else. We taking food stamps at the door. Come to the show.
Taking wick, huh?
We taking wick. We taking cheese. You bring a frozen turkey. We might let you in.
You know what?
Come on in.
Don't y'all pay Tommy Davidson with no wick, no smoked turkey.
Jive turkey.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So Michelle, if I give you a number, the number they can call is 414.
Okay.
364. 7625. They don't have to talk to me. They can leave me a text. I will send them the number, and they can order the ticket. It'll be $5 off. D-Rock will guarantee it. I'm the host. So if I'm on the stage with the microphone and you come and you text me and you want that $5 off, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell you pay with the $5 off fee is and come on in with 860 WNOV.
My man, well, thank you so much for making that available to our listeners. And it's a great way to set up the Thanksgiving holiday that's coming through. People are already starting to come in town. Folks gonna be cooking all weekend, getting ready. So this is a great opportunity just to relax, chill, enjoy yourself for a couple of hours. I think this is gonna be a good show, man.
It's gonna be an excellent show. And this is the funny thing about this: you can bring the entire family. It's a church event. You can bring the whole family. Come on through. I'm telling you, you're going to have a great time. Michelle, can I be honest with you?
Please.
Really quick. Tommy Davidson wanted to come to my birthday party, which is happening November 30th at the PAC. They're going to be there filming me live for my second special called Don't Ban Me 2. Y'all know I'm already on Tubi with Don't Ban Me. If y'all want to watch it, go ahead. Tubi is free.
Okay.
But yes, so they're doing the second taping of the Saturday, which is November 30th. That's the Saturday after this Sunday. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. And if they want more information on that, they can call that number again, 414-364-7625. If you don't know how to do that, it's 414-DOGROCK. That's Dog Rock.
Look, I appreciate all of the info. Wishing you the best on that upcoming birthday. Make sure that I mention this again. This is my last show for this week, because I'm going to be out tomorrow. But we'll make sure that the team has the information to remind folks that this is happening. Jay, you want to get in?
D-Rock.
Yes, sir.
We got to finish our song, man.
Hey, man, you already know they better dance.
You can't do it in the church, but we can do it outside the church walls.
We can do it
Amen.
outside of the church, man. I got a clean verse. We gonna do it in. Hey, you know I love you, bro.
I love you,
If
man.
come Sunday, man. If you can't be there Sunday, make sure you come through Saturday. If you can't do either, just call me and say what's up.
Yeah, I'll most definitely be there Sunday, brother. I need some laughter after church.
All right. Thank you,
All right,
fam.
I'll see y'all
Appreciate
later.
it. All right, now.
Michelle Bryant, I love you so much. Thank you so much for the Christian Comedy Network. Yours truly, D-Rock. Sunday, Tommy Davidson. Next Saturday, November 30th, my live taping for Tubi and also Netflix and probably Hulu. So make sure you come on through this Sunday. Tommy Davidson, Laughing After Church.
All right. Thank you, D. Appreciate you, bruh.
Thank you.
All right. Look, he talking about Netflix. Yeah, so he gonna be doing more than some
yeah, man, that cat
some WIC cards.
Yeah, man, that cat's gonna go far, man.
I mean, if work gets you there, he already there.
There you go.
Because he work is behind now.
Yeah.
Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Oh man.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Debo.
Who is this?
Michelle.
Who is this?
Michelle.
Who is this?
This is JT. I know everybody's sick and tired of hearing from me, Michelle.
But no, JT, of course not. What's going on?
No, Michelle. No, after that last call, I will write it down because I couldn't do it right now because I was just listening, but that's going to be wonderful, I think, next Saturday.
Are you going?
Of course.
Well, if you're going, I mean,
you want to go?
The comedy show is this Sunday.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, see,
Excuse
check
me?
your little calendar. Because
we talking about the live
next Saturday is the
recording.
live taping.
Yeah.
But if you want to go to
okay.
the comedy show with Tommy Davidson, that's this Sunday.
Okay, this Sunday.
Yep, over at Mason Temple Church. Doors open at 4:00. The show starts at 5 on the dot.
And I'm sure you're gonna announce it again before that time because it's not gonna be until November 30th, right?
No, JT is this Sunday.
Oh, this
Today is
Sunday.
Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Come on, JT.
Excuse
See, you
me.
be doing
I
vodka
beg
and
your
juice at the house. You be messing up. Respectfully. Yes, JT is this Sunday.
This is this Sunday. Okay,
Yes,
I got
Mason
you. I got
Temple
you.
Church. You got it?
Okay, got it.
All right, perfect. You got anything else for me?
Yes. What I would like to say, first of all, I called back to mess with Mr. Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, when I saw you yesterday, I just want to say, and Michelle, thank you for letting me come into your show yesterday.
Of course.
Talk about some real fun. That was Mr. Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
And, hey, Jermaine, not only you, Carby too. I hear the music. I know you're going to go commercial, but Jermaine, you do know you number 2 Jermaine, right?
Yes, sir. I know it, man. I know it. So who's number 1?
Who's the first one?
Yeah.
Jermaine Reed.
Jermaine Reed. I heard of that cat. I heard of that dude.
But anyway, Michelle.
Yes,
I
sir.
was when I came to your show yesterday, and thank you so much for allowing me to come there. I want to say, when you asked me about my favorite callers, I want to say George and Mr. Excuse me. George, that called in, Mr. George Lawson, back in the days. He called in every once in a while. And one of my other callers is Mr. Craig Stingley.
Okay, got you.
Okay, so I miss some people. And not only that, I'm just saying, but Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
I want to say it was hilarious. And thank you for a good time, sir.
Indeed, JC. Hey, man, I want to tell you, man, I think you're a prophet, man, because you heard the music and didn't even know it was coming up, man. You are a true prophet.
Thank you, JT. Appreciate you.
There you go again.
Hey, I tell it like it is, man. I tell it like it is.
All right, JT. Talk to you.
Michelle, love y'all back. Take care now.
All right, now, thank you. All right,
You're
family,
welcome.
let me take a quick commercial break. When we come back, told you I had a couple of guests coming or folks that we're going to be doing interviews, some folks coming into the studio. So I don't know if you have ever been to one of the hottest sets in Milwaukee, the all black Xperience. The parties that I go back to like 13 years ago, and we've seen the expansion and the continuation of folks that are creating again an experience for Milwaukee residents, that I have seen businesses be launched off these parties. Like, there are folks designing clothes and got shops and brick and mortars off women going to get dresses made for these parties, for these social events. You think about black and white ball, double, triple, quadruple the numbers. And that's what you see at some of these parties. So when we get done with the break, we're going to come back, talk to some of the brothers that are at the table and creating this event, and the whole vibe behind it, why it's so important to keep it going. Michelle Bryant, somebody said, tell them I said hello. Love them. Adeline Pressey checking in already. Bruce can't even take a seat yet. We'll be right back, y'all. Michelle Bryant, the Midweek Flow, here at WNOV 860 AM 106.5 FM.
The holidays, and holiday trips, and holiday toys, and holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
We got real issues in our hands, and we can't have irresponsible people at the top of these tickets lying about what services are being provided.
Oh yeah, he sent them. Everybody talk, man. It is something.
Every chance he gets.
Is there anything in this world like a secret? There are no secrets, because somebody gonna be talking.
You were told you can be whatever you want to be. So I was raised to be, not because my skin is black, to be black. You know, people of all races, or mothers are many one people. But I was raised to be a Jamaican.
I love that you said physically hit, because that's a thing, but I'm also in connection with a lot of men and women who not physically harm their partner.
Oh,
but
emotional abuse.
verbally
Oh, come on.
Are
verbal hits
what
can
I
be
call
worse than
tarts,
physical.
You know.
kids spend 6 to 7 hours a day at school, right? We know that. Schools have contact with 95% of the nation's young people from 5 to 17. That means the people that they're surrounded by are in charge of their social, their psychological, their physical, and their intellectual development.
Well, I'm not an economist, not in terms of saying that I'm an economist, although I've studied economics. And it seems to me that the way you keep an economy strong is to make sure that the resources flow throughout the economy. It's like blood to the body.
Our lived experience growing up, in a hardworking middle class community, but also the opportunities that we have had and that everyone deserves, no matter who you are, where you come from, or what language you speak, or what neighborhood you grew up in, that we all deserve opportunities to succeed. And I think that is something that, comes from, again, how we were raised and our own lived experience, and then what we've seen as we have, come up in the world.
Her name is Dr. Tamara Bennett. She's out of Sacramento, California. And she understands how to grab the horn of the altar to allow you to have that tranquility and peace in your life. Because if you all messed up on the inside, you can't
wasn't as much great them years back.
No.
Hey, Michelle, we did some amazing work for the community. Hey, just think how it would have been if you would have missed the night you probably would have. Hey, I'm telling you, it's like the feeling you get when we stood up there on that stage and we knew what we had put all the sacrifices. It was great for the city. It was great. Let me tell you, Tamara, people, especially when even then we were going through so much hopelessness and despair, and we need that feeling because sometimes we'll forget that we have that great on the things of God.
So the event that how long did it went from the all black experience? What did it call?
All black experience. All black experience. You know, a lot of people who were there directly and indirectly at the time. But we all brought it back together. It's still a family. It's still the same people.
So who were some of the main players at the table?
My partners are Myron Impound Smith, Timothy Ricketts, and we have a host of other people who work behind the scenes. But you know, the machine is still the same. We still have our friends and comrades and community partners that we had. We still got to the side. We still got Qua. We still got Steve. We still got Mark. We still got Michelle. You know, it's still a family. It's a family. You know how we are.
All right, so the party was because number one, it's kind of janky that you showed up here because I heard that the tickets. I heard like this event is basically sold out, almost sold out.
It's still tickets available. We're still trying to figure out how to get all the people in the building. You know, at the end, you know, the tickets were very, 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 very full, but there's still some tickets available. Not many. Those tables about to be gone. They couldn't reclaim. Do not call me when the table's gone. Please get a minute. They will be gone.
So I remember when we went out to the back and you said, yeah. I remember some talk that we all at our and we were and so later about what we did setting up the spot and creating that VIP and the tables and everything that goes that it's nothing short of madness and everybody then goes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the one thing that we don't have a quote unquote VIP person.
Okay.
We just have everybody VIP. Everybody's important. Everybody's important. But the one thing I do say is you prefer seating, it's optional. If you want to guarantee you have a seat throughout the night, please purchase the table.
Well, how do I do? Some these folks on their feet, like on the floor dancing all night thinking it.
If I could be honest with you, to be totally transparent, I don't think them guys need those things. It's those women with those heels. Hey, we didn't even want to put these many tables in there. It's the women with the heels.
Hey, look, I'm glad
it's the women with the heels that's gonna have a problem. The women with the heels, if you want to guarantee you're gonna have a seat, because we're gonna be partying all night long, and you don't never know what to expect. They're gonna be because one of the things that we did, we changed it from all black affair because we were coming back with something that we called the Xperience. So you never know what you're gonna get walking in the weeds. I remember at the last event we had Jagged Edge. We had Jagged Edge, that all white Xperience. Yeah, but nobody knew who was gonna walk in. Who walked in at the end of the night? Lloyd walked in.
Right.
One of the things we're trying to definitely get again is that's surprise development. Element of surprise.
So are there can you announce though?
Yes, we could definitely announce that we had this young lady, you may be familiar with her, some may not. Songbird, one of the best poets, one of the greatest, so I'm definitely going to get to it. And we have all these people who people normally wouldn't have access to, community leaders, business owners. And then what happened here was thanks to you all, we had Mayor Johnson Christian College. So, you know, this is one of those events where you get to touch hands with people you normally don't touch hands with. And we always felt like that was one of the big things, building a community. You get to smile, you get to enjoy yourself, you get to talk to the people you are here. I'm him, she's her,
unable to know how to purchase tickets.
Tickets.
So let me see. So somebody said they're saying this in the comments, Carvey. They said Carvey P is on his stage. They're breaking the back, making a TikTok video. Oh, they clapping you.
Getting at you, CP.
They calling you.
Getting at you. Oh, I got something too. They say they can't hear it.
Okay, so number one.
We got everything over here on the board. So
okay, so we have to figure out what's happening.
Let me go get deeper.
So, and we'll also type it into the comments too, so people can get the info. And you know what, Carvey, I'm gonna send you the flyer.
No, I'll post it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna send the flyer over. Hang on, because I got it. And Johnny, for those folks that's listening and can hear through the regular system, tell people, tickets, how they can get the information.
Tickets are available on experiencemke.com. They are located on Eventbrite. All Black Xperience on our page for All Black Xperience. We are located on Instagram for The Xperience. We're located through my page, Myron page, Tim page, but we're definitely on Eventbrite. Tickets are $80 in advance. Limited tables are there. Please prepare yourself now, because once they're gone, and we're not playing. So prepare to come out and have a great time.
And so where do they go? Somebody just hit me up and say it again.
Eventbrite, the All Black Xperience, 11/29/24. You can log right onto Facebook, the Xperience MKE, Instagram Xperience MKE. It'll take you right to the page. It's right there. It's the link right there. You can purchase right from there to connect you to Eventbrite. But the best way, go right on Eventbrite and purchase the tickets.
And I'm just letting folks know, so other folks do hear it, and they telling people like, no, go to NOV Live. We hear it. Carv, I just sent you some of the flyers.
Yep, I'll be posting it.
Okay, so we can get them posted. And then, but I don't see on this flyer a contact information. Let me see if I see it on the other one. Hang on. Nope, I don't see it on here. So we'll get that to Carvey so he can put it in the comments, Johnny.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, bro.
Michelle.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you coming? You coming?
I'm actually gonna be in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to hang out with the son and the grandson for
We understand that.
Thanksgiving. So.
You should have brought them.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You should have brought them.
I seen the all white. I seen the all white event. I seen that it was intergenerational, and that caught my eye, and I was like, I most definitely gotta come check one of these events out.
Dude, let me tell you something. Go on YouTube and you can see like a lot of the video from these parties over the years. It is nothing short of crazy. When you see the numbers, I remember, oh my God, when we did the Discovery World party.
Discovery World was amazing. Hey, hold on. Discovery World, which year?
Well, yeah,
whichever year was, I remember being at that joint. It was crazy.
Discovery World was amazing.
That was crazy.
Discovery World was amazing. I think Milwaukee Theater was amazing. But
because that was Dougie Fresh.
That was Dougie Fresh.
We had Kid Capri before.
Kid Capri. Yep.
Yeah.
Ice Cube before.
God,
we had. But I'm gonna tell y'all, last year, I think for earlier this year, for All White Xperience, like the patio, different.
But you know what?
Fashion show.
Somebody gotta like tell people too, because like you get in there and then, if you're not somebody that like a walking event, you will miss some of the stuff going on, man.
Michelle, you got to remember this, Michelle. We don't want to. We couldn't take no more people in the ballroom. Have y'all seen one of our events? We needed people on the patio. We needed people in the ballroom.
No, I'm telling you, we talked to people who didn't know they could go out on the patio.
One of my
like, y'all, we saw them from the street.
One of my friends told me, man, I knew y'all weren't gonna have jagged edge. I was like, he just went off. He like, where at? I'm like, inside.
I'm telling you, people like not realizing you move around. Y'all got to move around these parties, man.
And that's another one. Like, the decor
I was right by the stage.
The decor for this evening. The decor for this evening is gonna be so amazing in different parts. Believe it, it's gonna be so. A person, if you ain't careful for this one, you will miss something again.
That's what I'm telling you.
You will miss it again.
It is
so
important to tell people.
Hey, listen.
Move, don't get somewhere. You got a seat and you post up.
Do not do that.
Don't do that. You will miss out.
You will miss it. It's gonna be.
Look, Adeline said off the chain.
hey, Adeline, love you. Wishing you well over there too, Adeline.
Yeah,
love you.
That's the one thing. If I had to give anybody advice about attending these parties, do not get someplace, stay in one area and post up and think you at the party. It is different experiences and elements throughout. And there was people that was on the patio. They was like, I'm good out here. Because when I tell you, so I dropped off Rep Myers because she was meeting the mayor from Chicago. So, she was rushing in. So I said, I'm going to go park or whatever. So I was just leisurely strolling, because I'm not working. I just get to walk in and just be.
I see you over there, you're all right.
Yeah, I'm just
sitting
saying.
at the front table. I see you.
I'm just strolling. But when I park and I'm walking up, because it was at the Bear Center. So I'm walking up and literally, I think y'all had DJs outside on the patio.
We had DJs. We had several DJs on the patio, well as several DJs.
So
outside.
You could hear the music down on the street below. And as people were going to different events downtown at night, you saw everybody looking up. The music was just like everywhere. And people started dancing in the street by me that was on their way somewhere else. But they stopped and was like, oh, wait a minute. And then people were like, what's happening? And it was just the coolest thing. And when I talked to people later, some people was like, the patio. I'm like, fam, you got to move around.
But Michelle, I think out of all of that, when you add all those elements that you spoke of, the one thing that while it was created, that's what we needed. All those experiences that you had, the people, the outside, the inside. We really need that as a city, and that's what we're trying to do. Make sure we have the best time, and we want to just show that Milwaukee could compete on any stage. That's our goal, to show that we could do it better than any other places in the United States when it comes to these events.
Well,
I think we're doing it.
As we have said many times, and many of the folks connected to the African World Festival Board, we talk about, we have had so many things that have been created here, that we don't always, a cool jazz festival, like those things started in
Fresh Coast Classics.
But these things have started here. And so, look, y'all, for the Thanksgiving weekend, family in town, it's a perfect opportunity to take folks out, show them what the city is like, show them how we get down here in the city, and the ability just to be engaged. So definitely, one more time, tell folks.
Xperience MKE on all platforms, all Black Xperience. Walk down the street, see all these shirts walking around. Look, go on Sherman and Fond du Lac, see the billboard. We put it in your face, so you definitely can't miss it. So there's no excuse to say you weren't informed. And I'm telling y'all this. Hey, we don't want to hear about Saturday. We should have been there. I mean, Saturday morning, we should have been there. We're letting y'all know we'll cross the airwaves. Please come out. It's going to be a time you do not want to miss. And it's going to be definitely, our goal is to create history.
And again, I'm telling you, it runs the range on age. And the music, they got music there for everybody.
Everybody come out and enjoy it. The mother could bring your young adult child. Come on out. It's like you say, Curry said, it's intergenerational. It's something that you do not want to miss. Come out and enjoy it. Thank you.
You got your suit. You got your text.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So I know what that means.
It's okay. That little thing. That little thing.
What we gonna do about the people that want to hear disco music, man?
Hey, disco music. It's a place for disco music.
It's a place for
disco music.
Man, I want to get my Danny Travolta on.
Hey, hold on. You might better get your. You might better. You say you can't get some of that night.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, I want to get my Danny Travolta on.
We might have a part dedicated to house music. You don't know. You might get your boogie on, Jermaine.
Hey man, I got a groove.
You and Diamond might be able to get y'all boogie.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Your daughter might be. That's what I'm talking about. Your daughter gonna be there.
I know she's gonna be there.
What about
she's
she
gonna be there?
Well,
you know, I'm gonna be out somewhere selling hot dog water somewhere.
Hey, I want to say this because I know we're near the end. I want to say thank you all, WNOV, for having us, and thank you for everything you guys do for the community. Amen. You guys are definitely the voice of the streets, and you all are definitely needed, and we appreciate all the years of services you guys have given the community.
My man. All right, family, that's a wrap for me. So I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm not going to be here. Go ahead.
Get tickets.
I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I got to leave in the morning and go up to check on my girl, get her situated. So,
Oh yeah,
I'm not
miss
gonna be here tomorrow.
Keisha, though we praying for you.
Yeah,
and, man. You know, we just want to send out a good word, a prayer for you. Matter of fact, if you don't mind, can we close out the show with prayer for her?
Go ahead.
All right, I just want to pray for you real quick. Father God, we ask that you touch Keisha as she goes through this phase of her life. God, we know that you love her. We love her. We ask that you touch her body and help her go through this period of time, God, that she needs us. And we believe you and we trust you. In your name, thank God, amen.
Amen.
All right, family, that's the show. Talk to y'all later. Be safe this weekend. I'll holler at y'all on Monday. Peace.